Some more right here on the chat for you. But we'll go for a quick music break. And the guy that has been tipped to pick up the Artist of the Year for next year. We are already next year already, but people are already tipping who is going to pick up the Artist of the Year. I'm talking about Black Sheriff. He recently dropped his sophomore album, Iron Boy, and he has done a performance of some of the songs of his album, Iron Boy. So we're looking at a short performance from that. When we come back, we have more for you right here on the chat. You're welcome. You can also join a conversation on WhatsApp number 0204447033. I'll be glad to read a message from you. You're welcome to the chat. Enjoy this grand performance from Iron Boy, Black Sheriff.
Lord, I'm amazed, I don't know if you describe my feelings. Give me all the love when I needed you. I'm feeling me say one more. There's a way that you make me feel. I'll be lying if I say I'm not patient enough. Tell me one more. Blessings flow like a river. Freezing cold, imagine Neverland Peter. But me saying cool, I'm a jija. Took some potion, bina. I'm a massisa. Might be hosting a dinner. Seafood, I can't teach your loaf and gizzard. Vegetarian, say I am stir fry. Veggies, of course, no calamari. I'm full of love, can't see on your telly. Son of the sun, I'm never unlucky. It's written and bound to happen, it's steady. So much coco, why worry? Keep going, men jack. I say some grace for you. Pick yourself off the floor. You design God and shows. Keep going, men jack. I say some grace for you. Pick yourself off the floor. You design God and shows. Lord, I'm amazed, I don't know if you describe my feelings. You give me all the love when I needed you. I'm gonna miss one more. There's a way that you make me feel. I'll be lying if I say I'm not patient enough. Tell me one more. Lord, I'm amazed, I don't feel describe my feelings. You gave me all the love when I needed. There's a way that you make me feel. I'll be lying if I say I'm not patient enough. Tell me one more. Get me close in the warm and watch my back. Keep me close in the warm and watch my back. Tell me one more, get me close in the warm and watch my back. Keep me close in the warm and watch my back. Tell me one more. Sometime na me time me ransom, go buy me phantom. When we say peace and comfort, free in iron tongue. If you go find them. When the time comes and we drop the anthem, we'll be a better anthem. Go and seek protection for speedy anthem. And more being to us them. A lot of ways them try, but time is a rebel. Carry my tie, go where you. Number one thing I put to tell you. A lot of ways them try, but time is a rebel. Carry my tie, go where you. Number one thing I put to tell you. Story goes on for the slim chopper guy. History got talk about his hell battle line. You see me boy me damn why the hate never dies. Niggas like me never die. We live forever, you don't know what it's like to be in my shoes for a night. So what you get to hold I'm tight. Listen for me until day right now, Mr. Spinner. Make a boss one for the killers. Where the things say wanna to me gotcha. Listen for me until day right now, Mr. Spinner. Make a boss one for the killers. Where the things say wanna to me gotcha. A lot of of ways I'm trying, but time is not able. Carry my time go where you. Number one thing I wanna tell you. A lot of ways I'm trying, but time is not able. Carry my time go where you. Number one thing I wanna tell you. You know say I'm a sucker for the land. I'm the number keep it original. I'm keep it original. You know say I'm a sucker for the land. I'm the number keep it original. Number keep it original. A lot of ways I'm trying, but time is not able. Carry my time go where you. Number one thing I wanna tell you. A lot of ways I'm trying, but time is not able. Carry my time go where you. Number one thing I wanna tell you. It's not my time to leave, but they want me to die. They don't want me alive, yeah, they want me to go. Trying to survive through the evil lies. They don't wanna leave me alone. Trying to get me to believe I don't deserve my life. And I used to be shocked, but these days I don't. It's been a couple years, so I don't be surprised. I'm not a baby anymore. Whole lot of superstitions about the God. Said I'm working with the devil and I've been doing a whole lot of sacrifices and things on my shows. But I ain't saying that, that was heaven knows. Yes, easy on the stars, how we need you alive. And keep it going, yeah, yeah, we praying for you. You a superstar, now don't be on the roads. Now so mean I'm hard, do my best and I'm gone. January 9, 2002. They wanna lick the man with too much on my shoulders. I'm not complaining, that's a lot on my shoulders. I did tell you I'm alright. January 9, 2002. They wanna little man with too much on my shoulder. I'm not complaining, that's a lot on my shoulder. I did tell you I'm alright. Everything is under control. Oh, I tell you I'm alright. If I tell you I'm alright, you should know that I'm alright. Everything is under control. I tell you I'm alright. If I tell you I'm alright, you should know that I'm alright. La 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 la. La 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 la. Sing it, don't worry about skate, cause I be on my tento. Can't ever complain. Me say don't worry about skate. Way me jam me nice, oh, now me see my get it. Heaven knows I try, and I've been doing just fine. Pain in my heart, but I'm doing just fine. And yeah, I stay trying. Oh boy, I stay wanting. Until my last breath, do you know me nice way? Souls on my feet on the floor, till it all be vanished. January 9, 2002. They wanna lick the man with too much on my shoulders. I'm not complaining, that's a lot on my shoulders. I didn't tell you I'm alright. January 9, 2002. They want a little man with too much on my shoulder. I'm not complaining, that's a lot on my shoulder. I didn't tell you I'm alright. Everything is under control. Oh, I tell you I'm alright. If I tell you I'm alright.
Oh, beautiful tunes there from Black Sheriff of his sophomore album, Iron Boy. So, I mean, if you're a big fan of it, you should know that it had one of my favorite songs on there. I mean, the one that he performed before, director had to cut to me, and it's January 9th. That's actually his birthday. He was giving us this beautiful tune to actually commemorate his birthday. But yes, you're welcome back to the chat right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Ekow Koomson. You can find me on all social media platforms at PK_Koomson, Koomson spelled with a double N. Now, if you're a big fan of poetry, you should know that a year ago, I hosted this awesome lady right here on the chat. We spoke about the All African Women Poetry Festival last year, where they honored the legendary Ekow Sutherland. This year, they are back again with another edition of the All African Women Poetry Festival, and they'll be honoring someone who has actually contributed massively to literature in Ghana and the world at large. Ladies and gentlemen, I have here the founder of the All African Women Poetry Festival, Emma Ofosua, here with me in studio. How are you doing, Emma?
I'm good, Ekow. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so glad. A year already.
It is. Time flies. But who's counting?
Yeah. But can you just give us a sneak peek into how last year was like when you had the All African...
Last year was exciting.
Oh,
it was playful, it was fun, it was educative. I mean, we literally center the festival around the people we choose to celebrate. And Prof. Ekow Sutherland was very passionate about children's playground, about parks and gardens, but did a lot of work to influence the cultural landscape and even was a cultural activist in that sense. And so and her playwright also. So we picked from thematic areas that she had worked across and had dialogue and had programming around all of that. And people came to play ampe, came to dance, came to workshop on different conversations. Wow. And the concert was phenomenal. Like, it was really mind-blowing.
That's beautiful to hear. And you're here again this year. Now, I mean, someone would say I should have asked this before asking about last year.
Right.
But why dedicate your life, your time to the... to this festival, to start with? Okay.
Why? I think the immediate thing that jumps at me is I feel I'm called to this. So you just another call probably but also that I feel there is the need to curate space for women writers and women voices, because when you look on the literary scene, there aren't that many women doing it and doing it consistently well, because the systems are not exactly structured to support them and all the nuances that comes with being a woman and being creative. So I feel it's a necessary gap to fill, but also that I think that there is the need to also dialogue on the continent amongst ourselves to find out what are we doing in our various quarters and how can we learn from and how can we influence each other in the directions that we're going. If there's a revolution, how do we all catch along with that? And so I want to be part of the change, and if there's any change happening, I think I want to use the tool that I am equipped with to contribute my little quota to that. So it's service to God and country, pretty much that.
And you're going to take your Akitia in heaven?
We feel it's small, like small to come down here, you see. But we are not there yet, so we'll count on it. But at least no Kofio here on earth before we get there.
All right, so they don't want to go and take everything in heaven. They should get to Kofio
installments, payments plan.
That's good. But 2025, we are here again for this beautiful, awesome festival.
Yeah.
Last year I was not there, but this year I am giving you my word.
You shouldn't miss it.
I will be there.
We'll fight. And we have witnesses in your audience.
Yeah. You are my witnesses, guys. So, I mean, I am going to be there. I have to be there this year because I love poetry. And special shout outs to Apioko, who is like my boss and actually also a poet as well. But this year, the theme is of memory
and loss.
And you're honoring someone. Now, who did you settle on this year and why the theme of memory and loss?
So this year we are honoring Her Excellency Professor Abena Buzia, and we are honoring her for her work in the literary space. But many know her as a diplomat, as an academic, and she literally served an 8-year term as the ambassador for Ghana to Brazil and is back home now. So we thought it was perfect timing, but also just to pay homage to the work she has done in the space. Not many know so well about the work that she's done. So we thought if there's something little we can do to formalize, or to not formalize is not the word, but to shed more light and to introduce her work to our generation, the younger ones, it will be an honor to do so. And she was more than welcoming when we reached out to her to do that. And so we're happy to be celebrating her. And this year is themed actually on one of her works. So in her book, Traces of a Life, she has a poem titled Of Memory and Loss, but it touches on personal loss. And so we picked that theme and decided to look at a broader view or on that theme. And so we are looking at different thematic areas drawn from that broad angle conversation.
All right, now the thematic areas we have, I don't want to, let me just pick it up from my phone because
Right.
I've been reading this like pretty much the entire day. And I'm
Right.
like, wow, this is so deep. So, guys, the thematic areas for this year, we have memory and oral tradition. And then we have identity and belonging, heritage and cultural preservation, loss and healing. And then we have climate action and environmental memory.
Right.
So you're looking at personal, you're looking at our culture, we are
Right.
looking at our fashion, identity and belonging, we are looking at our heritage, all of that. Now, can you run me through briefly these thematic areas that you chose and what you'll be focusing on
Right.
in these thematic areas?
Right. So for all the areas, we're programming around them. So we're having panels on some of the areas, we're having workshops on some of the areas, we're having competitions on some of the areas. And so we have probably a panel conversation which is looking at environmental memory, and we have academics whose research span the scope of, they're looking at fisheries and the loss to that space. But beyond highlighting the problems and the issues, we're looking at the way forward and the solutions that we can together come up with and work towards. And we're looking at language, how we've lost our local language. Many people are raising families now and they can't even speak a word of their mother tongue.
Oh my God, it's so embarrassing when I see that. I'm just like, okay.
I mean, some of us, I can speak other local language, but not my mother tongue. And so I can't speak my mother tongue.
Okay, your mother tongue is what?
She's Latte. So we never
lost.
So I'm lost
Okay.
on that front, but I can speak my dad's, so I'm not so lost entirely. But there are people who can't speak it at all. And even on the in the African context, the conversation is, how are we going to ensure that the rich culture embedded in our languages are not lost in the bid to chase education or seek higher education that prioritizes English and other forms of languaging. But we're not just looking at English and Akan or local dialects, we're also looking at foreign dialects. And so we're looking at the diaspora and people who are of African descent but have had to live their whole lives in different countries and have embedded both. How are they melding those cultures? And so we have people coming in from the Netherlands who are of African descent, either from Suriname or from Curacao or from Ghana but live in the Netherlands, that kind of a mix. And so we're really opening up the conversation to welcome different perspectives across the thematic areas, and would look at culinary memory as well. And so we'll throw it all the way back to some of the things that we've loved to eat and serve it in different ways. And
that's good.
Yeah.
But there's one particular bit that we spoke about off camera, which I really want you to touch on, is how creativity can help with dealing with loss. Right? So you're talking about how you're going to get somebody who has actually lost someone and how they dealt with it, with all of that. Like, what's going to happen with that as well?
Right. I think grief is a thing we do not talk about openly here. Even death. It's something that, it's a conversation we're almost always tiptoeing around, you know. That's kind of stuff nobody touches. But it's a necessary conversation. These are some of the uncomfortable, difficult conversations that need to be had because it's inevitable. And so we're looking at grief and how we survive because we grieve right. And so we have poets coming in from South Africa. They are doing their research in that area and have curated a choreo poem. Tandiwe and Grace Storm from South Africa are coming to do a choreographed poem, like a theatrical piece, but poetry on the subjects. And there will be a conversation, and we'll have real life story of a mother who's lost a child, someone who's retracing their family lineage online, and someone who is also like a psychological counselor. I hope I got that right. My mind is fried right now. But yeah, someone who does that. Having that, we carefully curated that panel because we know it's a sensitive conversation. But we wanted the right people having the right sense around the conversation to have that dialogue, and it will be transformative, it will be healing. Beyond everything, it will be a place to free people who really are looking to navigate that space and how to write through it, how to create through it, or how to lean into creativity to navigate that space. And we hope that it becomes, I think beyond just curating an event, I really look forward to seeing lives transformed.
Lives will be transformed.
I really look forward to seeing that.
Lives will be transformed, actually.
And I think in having knowledge-driven conversations, we have the information that empowers us to liberate ourselves or walk the path to liberation. And so I hope that happens at the end of all the programming.
It will happen. Now, when is it happening and where is it happening? Is it a ticketed event?
It's free.
Oh.
It's absolutely free. Our partners have ensured that we bring this edition to you free of charge.
Wow.
And so from the 22nd of May, which is next Thursday, to the 24th of May, which is Saturday, we have programming across the day. So the Thursday, which is 22nd of May, is going to be a virtual day. So we have all our programs online. We have Zoom, we have Twitter Spaces from morning like 11 a.m. all the way to about 8 p.m.
Okay.
There'll be programming all through the day at different hours online. And then on the Friday, we would come to the British Council, and there we would have programming from 9:30 a.m. all the way to 8:30 p.m. And in the morning, we'll have the inter-school spoken word competition where secondary school students will come workshop and battle it out on stage and win fantastic prizes from our partners. And then we'll have the choral poem and the conversations. We'll have workshops in between. And then we have the opening ceremony, which has Professor Buzia giving a lecture. I think it's themed in the wake of silence. You would love it. In the wake of silence. And she's going to elaborate and speak really to her journey and how that translates. And earlier this year, we celebrated a Kenyan literary legend.
Wow.
By name Sitawa Namwali III. And she will be joining us in Ghana next week for the festival as well.
For the Kenyan bit alone, I'll be there.
Yeah, so Sitawa will be in conversation with Prof. Buzia after the lecture, and they will be in conversation with Kina Likimani at the opening night. And it's going to be beautiful, beautiful conversation.
And the Grand Day?
The Grand Day is 24th, the Saturday. We open with Goodbye Gold Coast, which is an audio drama play, and there will be a listening of it and a discussion from the directors and writers. And then we have the Edinkra Poetry Prize happening. So it's been running for 3 years now, and also within the festival we award those who applied and workshopped at the beginning of the year. Last year, the one who won is now currently in the US going on a writer's residency. And so part of the winnings is you win a cash prize, but you also win an opportunity to have a residency in the States. And that is founded by Dr. Ifwa Ansong. And so the prize is going to be awarded within this year, and the one who wins gets to go next year to the States for a residency as well.
Participate?
Yes, you can. The prize is open to both men and women, so anyone can apply, but the festival platforms mostly women. And then we have the closing concerts, which is the cross-continent poetry soiree, where you would see all 6 or 7 poets in concerts performing different pieces with different languages, and beautiful fashion and amazing hair couture. You would love all the display. And so we bring you all of this, and we say join us for free. You only need to RSVP. Find us at AAWP Festival on all platforms. AAWP Festival on IG, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on TikTok, and you'd get all the details from there.
All right. Will you be on stage performing?
Come and we'll find that out.
Oh, I mean, I just wanted you to give us a sneak peek.
We'll find that out.
What you would be doing.
You know, I freestyle. So
yeah, okay, then give us a freestyle before we go.
You would have to throw me words, though.
Throw you words.
You'd have to throw
festival.
Me. Okay. 3
words. Woman festival.
For creativity's sake, it has to be very random.
Random. Okay.
As random as it gets. A color, an object, something you ate, something you're thinking about. Very random stuff like that.
Random. Okay, so something I ate, I would say, I don't say rice too, but yeah. Fufu.
Okay.
A color, I would say purple. And a seat.
A seat.
Yeah.
Okay. This is really off guard. You know that, right? You know this is really
I know.
off guard.
I know.
Okay, so
But I just want people to know how the genius in you.
there you go. Okay, so we're working with seat, we're working with fufu,
Yeah.
and we're working with, what's the color again?
Purple.
Purple. Okay. Take a seat, would you? Here in our culture, this is how royals are welcomed home. We first give you a seat, welcome you with water to symbolize a soothing from all the worries you've walked away from, water to refresh your weary soul, water to wash you anew, and welcome you to this new conversation that opens up. Here, we serve like only royals can be served. Here, we plate in front of you the best of our delicacies, the best found in our cultures, woven with tears and sweat from our laborers who put this beautiful dish in front of you. Fufu is very much like the traditional meal of our people in the Ashanti region. This is not just a meal to sate your hunger. This is culture hidden in a plate. This is a trail of the ancestry of our people being told in a platter so adorned in a pot of soup. This is history. This is our identity. This is how royals play. And when you see us adorned in our purple robes, when you see us walk down, dance to the beauty of our musical tunes, know that you have come to the home of royals. Know that you have come to the land of the beginnings. Know that you have come to a people who know their roots and are grounded in such. Know that you're welcome home. So we give you a seat, we serve you a meal, and call you a royal, because now you're one of us. Remember that. You're one of us. And this is how nations are hewn. This is how people are gathered. This is how we gather ourselves steady on the grounding of our being. I hope you never forget that.
Let's go for a break. We'll be right back.
Is it the luxurious rooms? Or the serene green surroundings? Is it the tempting swimming pool? Or the classy conference room? Or the cute gift shop? Maybe it's our chef's array of cooking delights. Whichever way, it's all about Cactus Creek. A most respected hotel. 055 039 5007.
Have you ever thought about the work input before a movie comes out? It's a whole lot.
Frema, please. You know my heart belongs to you. You know you're the one destined for me.
And you did that.
The fact that you appeared when you did appear was a divine intervention. This was meant to happen. It was a test of our love.
This week, we bring you a little closer to seeing the work that goes on behind the scenes and help you better appreciate the movies and films you've been watching. To help us do this is one of Ghana's best in the filmmaking industry, Peter Sedufia.
The fun is letting the whole world see a certain narrative through your lenses, you know? Yeah. What I'm telling you is what you believe.
Join Frema Edunyame and Nanetufo this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt on the Upside Down Show. It's gonna be super exciting. Don't miss it.
Welcome back to the chat right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Ekow Koomson. Next week, 22nd to 24th, the All African Women Poetry Festival will be happening. The 22nd is going to be virtual, 23rd, 24th at the British Council. Make sure you are there. It's going to be a whole day affair, and you're going to have a really good time. Thank you very much, Emma Ofosua. And I know most of you actually enjoyed that on-the-spot poetry performance, but that was such a performance. Ladies and gentlemen, last week, I mean, not around this time, but around this time, we're gearing up to know who's going to pick up the Artist of the Year. And I mean, we'll be having conversations about it prior to the event. So we're all there to actually see how it will pan out. And some people were awarded, some people lost out. Yes, that's all. That's what award is all about, right? But I mean, Kim Promise was able to pick up the Artist of the Year. We had the red carpet we had the main event, we had performances, some awards that people picked, some bar shot, some people, their 7 is already laughing. But ladies and gentlemen, let me cut the long intro, right? I have 7 Xavier in studio and also Ricky Tennyson. I mean, they are my guys. Right?
Black.
Charlie, Ricky walked in and said, I'm Blacko. Do you like Blacko today? I might give you Blacko vibes. Yeah, I mean, but actually, Blacko is actually one of my favorites.
Yeah, from your review on the album, clearly, Charlie.
Oh,
yeah.
I really love the album. Let me show you something.
Yes.
What I was listening
the first
to.
one over the second one. Which one do you like? The first comparing?
I think I love this one.
Over the first one?
No, yeah, I'll pick this one over the first one.
Wow.
This one brought out more versatility than the first one, in my opinion.
Okay.
And he was able to explore a lot of things with this album than the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
Which one will you pick?
I'll pick the first one.
Why?
I mean, I don't think you ever get that artist ever again. That when they come out,
Yeah.
they never get better,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Not even if they explore, but you just don't get that.
I know the hunger in the first one is always.
Exactly. That's like, to me, it's like the best time to see an artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
First or second?
Yeah, I think first. Like, yeah, for real. And he's right. He said something that's very instructive, that for every artist, I don't know, but their best work is always like in the early part of their career.
Yeah.
Most of the time. Fireboy, you know, his first EP or album, he's not been able to find himself again. You try.
Since then, he's been like Waterboy.
Yeah. Bars. Yeah. So for me, I told you the last time, for this second album and looking at his trajectory, the growth, I was expecting that this album, even if it's not about the sound or trying different things, I wanted to see different people on.
Yeah, the features.
Yes, I wanted to see him prove to us that, look, I be big boy now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I go get 7 on my album. I go get 8 on my album. I go get 9 on my album. And it tells you that, this is because he's actually one of the biggest artists now
in Ghana.
You know,
That's
in Ghana.
true.
So for him to not to have carried some major names on the album, that's, yeah.
But you know that's all label politics, right? Because even now, if you record a song with him, Blacko, you might not get a song out because you can't clear it.
Yeah, so we should all learn from that.
So maybe,
If he's struggling to clear,
you know, I had a few records out with him that people can put out because.
Yeah, and I know, he's right. Like there's a lot, there's a big issue of why it's difficult. If you get Blacko on a song, you go get time, you go do that thing for you. But now, how to release it becomes an issue.
Wow.
And so if he's facing that, I'm happy. If he's facing that, it should be a lesson for him. Like we all collectively, we should.
It's the labels.
No, that's what I'm saying. That it's him, by extension, the label, because he should now be able to tell the label that, look, 7 be my guy. 7 has held me down way before now, and so I owe him a certain level of, service. You know.
Anyway, we are not talking about Blacko. We are not here to talk about Blacko. You know, but when you meet industry heads, these are the things that happen. Like you get into a conversation, and I can tell you, we can go on this for like an hour before we come back to our main conversation for today. But yeah, I think we should actually have a show talk about Blacko, the 2 albums, because you guys are giving me some inspiration. Right?
Like that.
Yeah. But hey, we are here to talk about the TGMAs, and myself, 7, we were at the venue, so we're in the auditorium. We got to see the oohs, the ahs, the A's, the doing of the Lord and everything, right? Did you catch the drift? Yes. And Ricky was at home in the comfort of his sofa. I was enjoying on TV. Now, I want to start with you, Ricky. What's your observation? I mean, looking at the whole... So wait, did you sit the entire 7 hours to watch everything?
Charlie.
So you did it all night with us?
It not be all night. It be work. It be 9 to 5. And now TGMA 10 9 to 5 job. Yeah.
Actually, it could be 5 to 5 because it ended like around 4.
Yeah.
And it started around, red carpet was 1.
7, 8.
Yeah.
7, 8 thereabouts. So now if you are invited to the red carpet, that look, I need you on the red carpet by 8:15, and I go early, I should know that I'm committing my whole life or my whole day,
night.
Yes, to the TGMA, and it's not something we should encourage. Like to be honest, a 7-hour show. Because even when you go online and you click on the link, the YouTube video, it be 7 hours something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo,
That's
this
edited.
is
I'm sure that's like even edited.
No, that's, I think the live.
the live,
The live
feed.
on,
And I'm like, yo, Charlie, it be crazy. And you see, sometimes you see some of these dignitaries and all of that sitting in front, and you say, yo, them a time catch. Them a time
It was
catch.
7 hours, 39 minutes, 26 seconds.
Yes.
I've actually gone back to watch it. Like I watched it a couple of times. 7 hours,
Bro.
39 minutes, 26 seconds. But yeah, I mean, what was your take from it? I mean, looking at it from
I think one, from the red carpet side, we still need a lot of work to do on the red carpet, and it's also our responsibility, because sometimes we turn out to be the watchdogs. Look, what TGMA has become today is because it is not like people are hating, or whether you say people are hating, it is fine. That hate commentary, that hate feedback, that hate, criticism has brought TGMA this far. And I think we've left out the red carpet bit. I think it's about time we also begin to have a critical or make critical assessment
of the red carpet.
because I ask myself, what is the KPI? What is the main goal? Because if I don't see 7 on the red carpet, if I don't see Ekow on the red carpet, if I don't see Shatawale Stoneboy on the red carpet, I don't even remember. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
It doesn't really change anything. Nobody really says, oh, because Shatawale didn't show up on the red carpet, so the show no they be.
Yeah.
No. So now we need to be very intentional about finding a reason why the red carpet has to be. Yeah. If not, let's scrap it and let's just do our 2 hours or 3 hours of the main show. But if we are going to include this, we need to be very intentional. Yes. What do we want to sell? Is it a fashion industry we really want to sell? Then now we are properly introducing proper fashion designers who will be producing proper costumes for yourself, myself, 7 to model on the red carpet. You get it? So it's an intentional.
So there should be proper partnership.
Exactly. So it's an intentional, activity to sell a particular experience. Like we are selling it for fashion. So even if maybe, yes, Wale doesn't pull up, you see a lot of fashion, statements being, displayed on the red carpet. So we'll be talking a lot about it. Like if you look at the, I think a week before, the one that had people wearing
the
Met Gala.
Yeah.
For whatever the event was, the only thing you remember is that particular, red carpet moment.
Yeah.
When everyone was coming in. Yes. Whatever they went after that to go and do, you and I don't even remember it.
We don't care.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's intentional that particular activity sells. So that's the same way we need to do that. Look, for the red carpet, we are selling it to the fashion gurus. So from people who post content on magazines, blogs, whatever, they should own that. So that it's special. Within like the 3-4 months of planning, they are also not planning for the main event. They are planning on getting the right people, the right models, the right even the artists who will be coming on. And then now we say, when you come on the red carpet, what conversation should we have? Because sometimes it gets boring.
What are you wearing?
Yes.
What are you wearing takes over the day.
And then what are you wearing?
The thing is, I'm sure when they ask what are you wearing somewhere else, that is a good advertisement.
Yes.
Over here, it means nothing.
You don't remember any of the what are you wearing?
But somewhere else, what are you wearing is definitely like a huge thing.
Nobody remembers any of the what. I'm not sure you remember any clothing line or any brand.
Unless the popular ones that we know for sure, they would surely do something for someone. But for the guys, I'll struggle to remember.
You will.
Yeah.
And so we need to be intentional that look, for whatever you're coming to sell, it has to make sense. Like for whatever you're coming on to do, it has to make sense. And then maybe for the artist, what conversation are we going to have? Because sometimes you go on the red carpet, you go no, they see a call, they know you're a public figure, you have a TV show, and so they bring you on the red carpet. And sometimes they ask you, say what you wear. To be very honest, 7 they go, in mind no be what they wear. He just put something on and it looks cool, or he makes somebody do something for him. So to be able to describe what a particular necktie or whatever is if you don't know, you just go talk, say, oh Charlie, I they wear some my tail line there, they're not a body, But no, that's not it. If I'm watching, this is not what I want to see. I want to properly understand what it means, what that statement you are wearing is all about. That, oh look, if you wear a jacket this way, it says, like, it has to be
So
you know,
we've lost out on making a strong statement
major.
with the red carpet. But Seven, were you there for the red carpet? Did you go?
I wasn't actually.
Why didn't you go there?
Oh, I was not fashionable enough.
Yeah, that'd be all.
I don't wear carpet, but I actually thought it was supposed to be strictly by invitation.
Invitation, yeah.
But it looked like everyone was invited, or everyone just went.
I mean, there was one particular
There's a
guy
few, not just one, a few particular ones.
that somebody said, and they were dressed to say Angry Birds.
A video game.
Yeah. And when you look at it critically, and I really agree with what you're saying. Like, can we give it to fashion houses or fashion heads to design something for specific people, for specific social figures? So if they are coming, we know, okay, Seven is coming and Seven is repping Ekow Fashion House.
Right. Exactly.
And that is it. Like, you've given it to them, and of course, that's the Angry Bird guy. I don't know if they are, yeah, that's it. You get. And I'm like, how did this guy end up on the red carpet? Is this going to tell a proper story of what we are doing or how we are portraying or selling it to the world? So for me, I feel like the red carpet could have done better.
The guy wearing the fox, did he also make it?
Yeah, he also made it to the red carpet.
Okay. But you see, for me, these type of outfits, you know, the loose ones, it happens in other places as well. Even the AMVCAs with all the hype around it, they are the bad sides. You know, they are the videos, or there are those who also wore crap. To be very, very honest, you know. But like you're saying, majority of the outfits are, you know, up there. For us on our red carpet, majority of the people that show up are just because, oh, it is this person and they have to show up. You know, so we need to be very, 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 very critical or intentional about, look, what is the red carpet supposed to serve?
All right.
And
all right. Now, on the night, what was it that you were so unhappy with on the night?
The night.
So we've moved from the red carpet.
Okay. On the night.
We've entered the auditorium. Tell me what were you so unhappy with on the night that you feel like attention needs to be drawn to?
So, the last time I went to the Ghana Music Awards, it was in 2012.
That was the last time, or
first
first?
time I went.
Before this one?
Before this one.
You must be kidding me.
Yeah, and he's lost it.
Yes. I went 2011 and 2012. Now, 2011, I was there as a regular, just went to watch. I went with one of my in-laws, and we got up from our seats to go take a piss, and we came back, the seat was gone. The security said, you can't stand, so leave. Ooh. And that was it. We paid tickets for it. The second time that I went was 2012. I didn't pay a ticket for it because at the time I was managing an artist called Chase. And I actually went to pick an award for him, right? But one thing was, after the first couple of rows, everybody back there, when there's performances, they are standing on chairs. They are standing in the alley, in the queues, in the alleys. So even this year, with a VIP ticket, you still can't see anything. Yes, especially during the performances, because everybody stands up. And if you don't stand up to watch it, it just became a game of up and down, up and down,
Who's taller?
Who's taller? And it got to a point where, of course, the women were standing on their chairs. Right? But then I don't want to blame Charterhouse.
No, bro, we need to talk about it.
I want to blame maybe there's lack of infrastructure. Really, there's no other place
we can do this.
We can do maybe National Theatre. That's the only place where you can actually have these rows where, you know, but of course, capacity is not enough. But apart from, and even like the new Palms at the
Palm Center.
Yeah, it's also not. It's just you can have a wedding there.
Yeah,
you can't have anything else there. You know, so that is one thing. It's to me, while I was sitting in the VIP section, I couldn't see anything, and it was just about.
G7, let me not cut you.
Yeah.
And that's what we are meant to do. Sometimes when you introduce or question the unpopular, you know, conversations, it looks like, oh, you bring negative side. Oh, but no. If we all begin to have some of these conversations, experiences, now it will inform Seven not to just build a regular auditorium.
Okay.
Because it has become like a conversation that, oh, when you build a flat auditorium or when you invest in a flat auditorium, people will not enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
But now look, this is the first time I'm actually hearing this. Everybody go to the event and they come out and then they talk whether King Promise deserve them or not. But there are a lot of people who didn't even enjoy the experience.
Experience.
A lot of people,
Experience.
the experience. People, a lot of people would have missed out, but nobody's talking about it. And so it's very, for me, I'm very passionate about this. It's very, 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 very important that, look, why would I pay for a VIP seat? Even if I was invited, why should I be invited? And when there's a performance, everybody's standing and I cannot even see. You know, so this is also one part that we need to.
Thank you very much for raising that. Now, any other thing you want to happen? Because you see, today we have a lot. So before rush to
Okay. That to me, that was a major one. And the reason was because I remember 2012, I was scarred from that same thing, and then 2025, the same thing happened. So I was just like how you were sitting, like the whole time I was just, and I didn't get up. Everybody else got up. I just said there was the screen, and to the left. So I was just like this the whole time. And even that, like people were just, up and down singing to the songs, and it was just, if I paid for the ticket, I would be pissed, but I was invited, so.
Whether you paid, whether you were invited, whether it was a free ticket, it was still a good experience. You were at VIP. I was a popular star.
So
if you didn't see anything,
then
I've been deceiving myself. I've actually been deceiving myself. Because I thought I had, but where I was, I had to resort to the screens, to the side.
The VIP did the same thing, so we're the same.
So I was like, if I'm watching the screens, then me and Ricky, who was at home, what's the difference then?
No, he did better.
Yeah.
The screens were blocking you. So
but how was the experience for you at home? Watching from home, how was the experience for that? Was sound-wise, visuals, everything?
Okay, so at home, I think I enjoyed it more than you did. It's just like somebody will go Accra Sports Stadium, no be Manchester United, because there, anything that happens, if you see, no slow-mo, not, you are gone. So for me, I think looking at it, hearing your experiences, I think I enjoyed it more than you guys, because look, the camera angles, zooming in, close shots, all of that, I saw that. So I enjoyed it. And to be honest, this year, amazing. I think the production from home and from an industry perspective, I think there's a huge improvement. Because one of the struggles sometimes is they mention, of course, name, Afrobeat song of the year, and then what they will play on the screen is Afropop song or High Life song or whatever. Those, challenges, it dominated a lot in previous years. This year, back to back, and the right people were choosing to present the right award. So if they say maybe collaboration of the year, they introduced two people who have been together for a while. Like, I saw that. I saw that intentionality.
Oh, okay. So you are not paying attention to the key details.
The key details, if they say for group of the year, they can bring you Ochame Kwame and Ochame Kofi to come and present to you group of the year, because in times past, they've been a group. I saw all of that. I saw all of that. And it was great. I realized that it has been well thought through. So for me, from home, this year, TGMA, from production, from home, I don't know, inside, from production, from home, sound, light, stage, coordination, I can give them like between 80 to 90.
Whoa.
Yeah. It was on point for me.
Inside,
and you stress.
The sound was, for me, my opinion, the sound this year was good. Because I think they paid attention to just not like mounting just one in front, but then midway in the auditorium, they also mounted one for the back. So even we are at the back, you could hear everything. Just that sometimes it would they would cut it through, and then it was too loud at a point, so they had to manage it and everything. But I feel like these are things that happens with live events as well. But let's come to performances. Performance of the night for you.
The one that I had Osibisa tribute.
That was the performance of the night
three girls.
for you, or you had
The
it?
3 girls, yes.
Madina, Titio Usu, and then I think, was it? No,
It was like
Annabelle.
It was
Titio Adoma. Adoma started it, and
Yes, I think that was to me the performance of the night. There was one that I hated the most because I was really pissed off at was
Hate is a strong word.
No, it's hate. I don't even remember the song, but I just remember this girl, Sheena, was running on stage. And a midget,
that's Stoneboy.
Sorry, not a midget. A short person was following her.
Okay, Stoneboy is JJJ.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Stoneboy.
I didn't like that part of it. You know,
What did you like?
I mean, I know it's comic relief and everything, but so I knew. So there was a lot of executives, music executives from overseas, not Ghanaian like overseas, who were probably there to scout, sign, maybe do something, or just see what we are about.
Yeah.
You know, and we are still giving them like 1988 vibes of, you know, like it has to be spectacular in my opinion. You know, and some of the performances definitely like TT and Adoma and Adina, very good.
But a lot of people
But
are also saying Adoma didn't start it well.
Okay, but overall, I think it was saved. I mean, she had as a cast, as a group.
Yeah.
Or maybe because we already, well, I won't say we already knew the songs, but those songs are classic songs.
Yeah.
And to see them do it, it was refreshing to see them do it. It was nice to see them do it. So maybe that's why I connected with it. But, you know, some of the other performances, I really didn't think they did much.
Which other performance did it do for you on the night?
I just mentioned, I love Stoneboy, by the way, please. Don't.
Yeah, I mean,
I
you
love
need
him.
to, sometimes
I
I
love
feel
him.
like the ones you
You
love
know.
are the ones you need to tell, like, hey,
Yeah,
this one
that's
didn't do
true.
well.
That's true. Some of the newer acts.
Yeah.
But then I also forgive them because they're newer, you know. So I guess it will take some time for them to actually get to live performances. Like that's a whole different category of performing, you know, live performances.
Yeah.
So, some of them I really was just lost
Yeah.
in what was going on, but. Like I said, they are new. It will take some time for them to catch up. So I'm not trying to like even bash them for it, you know. But yeah, Adoma and Co, my favorite. I'm not sure.
I know why
disagree?
7. Oh no, I know why 7. No, for 7, I know why he's saying Adam. 7 is a music person.
Okay.
Look, they vocally they nailed it. Me, even from home, I loved their vocals. Adoma is a crazy vocalist. Adina, Tito, so mad. So even myself, and you know the fact that we are used to men singing that song, and this time around flipping it to an all female performance. I'm sure that's why he loved it. You know, and I loved it too. You know, and I loved it because of the performance. I mean, not because of the art around it, because there was nothing really spectacular about it, you know. Yeah, but I think that also informs, or that now brings us back to like ingenuity, you know, with how our performances are. Because for me, all the performances were flat. Or King Promise comes, same stage, same screen, same light, same like, you know. But when you watch the
stage.
When you, and it was a thing. Everybody, they bring like 15, 20 people on stage. Everybody, same thing. I loved Stoneboy's performance. That was the best for me anyway. Well, from home, you know, because maybe how they shot it, the direction, the angles they picked.
Also, to add to your point, actually, I feel like most people need to learn from Stoneboy how he's very alert with where all the cameras are. So he was also interacting with the cameras.
Yes.
So it enhances the performance.
Yeah.
Especially when you're watching from, because when I came back and I was watching on screen, I'm like, oh, okay.
This
it makes
is what,
a lot of sense. So you can.
So I think that's very intentional. He clearly shows you that, look, he's experienced. He's done the open air event. He's done the glamorous event. He's done the wedding. Like he's done it all. And so you're right. He understands where camera positions are and how to respond or react to them. And I think the switcher also did amazing. Because when I was home, I was enjoying how they were switching and all of that. That was also very, very, very brilliant. But for me, I think, you know, one thing that will make people like 7 and myself continue to enjoy the TGMAs is when they are innovative like that. Because look, me, I want to come to the show and hear a Stoneboy song done way different with somebody else even on it. So maybe there's a song with Stoneboy and Adina, and this time around it is not Adina I'm seeing. It is some young girl doing Adina's part, and she comes from a different angle. Like that's the experience. You know, it shouldn't always be Martinium na no obeto. It is the same thing. So if the performance is not anything different, it's like, oh.
But what do you make of the sets and the setup for this year's TGMAs? you were in the auditorium and you saw how it got. Some of the setups took longer than expected because thankfully I was at the back, so I was with like some of the sound guys, the floor guys, and everything. And then at the rehearsal, some of the setups were supposed to take 5 minutes. Now on the day of the event, they were taking 7 to 10 minutes, so which also dragged the time as longer than usual. But what do you make of it? Did you enjoy the sets that we had, and was it too long for you? Did you enjoy it?
Yes, I didn't see that. You know, from home, the only place I saw a gap was Famille. Famille took some time to perform. Again, maybe a little production lapse, because me from home, maybe if they have to change sets, they go for a commercial break. So I don't feel it. I feel like, oh, I'm gonna break. And when they come back, everything is jeje, and I'm fine. But maybe you being in the auditorium is like, oh, I'm tired. What is going on? But for me, it's a commercial break. So I can either switch to another channel, watch what I want to watch to a point and come back. But you are just there sitting, waiting. And so sometimes, and then even with the set, to be honest, I spoke with Familia's manager, Nita, and she was telling me that there were a lot of things we had to do with our set. And I was like, Nita, I don't see anything. No. The only thing I saw was Familia on the stage and some 1 or 20. It means that all the things that you people put on the stage, it was of no use. Kim Promise, whatever set they built or they didn't, I didn't see. Stonebwoy, whatever plenty set they built, I didn't see. Even Familia
was in the phone booth. Or you think the phone booth was low?
I saw that for the beginning. I saw that at the beginning. After that, then, you know, but we all watch international awards, and every set makes so much sense. Like we've seen the how do you call it, the Super Bowl. I know, it's, but of course, every set, even a normal ball, they go take a shot of the ball and you go see, say, yo, the role of that ball we did it be huge. You know, but here, my friend Nita was telling me that, oh, we had to build a bar, a mobile bar, and I was like, yo, Familia's performance, me, I don't see bar safe. I didn't see any bar. The shots they took and all of that, I didn't see it. And so, long term, I think that, look, when you're introducing all of these sets, you need to know that it is not for the people in the auditorium. Truth is, the auditorium audience are just what I call like props. These things are produced for the millions out there. That's what is going to drive the conversation. So if the set is not going to be properly like taking into consideration in regards to the shot and regards to the artist engaging in it and all of that, if you've built a bar, your performance should actually drive you to go to the bar, start, you know, talking to the bartender, moving, drink something, move. That'd be the essence of the bar. But if the bar just stay there and I don't see a single shot of it, then what be the relevance?
All right. I mean, you can also join the conversation on our WhatsApp number 0204447033. We're also live on YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. So you can actually join the conversation. You can also let me know your experience from the 26th TGMAs. What did you experience? What do you think we can improve on? And what can we do to make it better for us? Now, Seven, still on the set build-up. What was your experience with it? Did it take too long to build? Or you felt like they were unnecessary, you being in the auditorium? Did it waste your time?
Oh, no, I didn't waste my time. I think, like he said, I don't think I detected it that much. You know, it was okay. I definitely didn't have a problem with that one. It was okay, Or maybe...
let me ask you this. I want to understand why it was okay for you. Did it mean that when a particular activity was going on, they were getting their next performance and the set ready, or you guys had to, like, they had to break with a presentation and then you guys wait for like 5 minutes, 7 minutes for them to put everything together?
I think they probably had something going on while they were setting up.
One, especially like with Stonebwoy's performance. So Stonebwoy's performance was supposed to be on, I think he wasn't even supposed to be introduced. They were supposed to go for a break, set it up, and then when they returned from the break, Stonebwoy was on performing. So the whole stage was dark and everything. And I think it took longer than necessary. So now they had to do something presentations, which meant that now when the cameraman was panning, especially when they were coming to present their award, they had to like cut it out because they didn't want to review what was there for you. And then now the lights came on and then we saw what was happening. So for some of us, We actually saw the stage
Yeah.
before the performance happened,
Right.
which was something we were
Right.
trying to avoid.
Right.
Because, like I said, I was interacting with the guys at the back,
Yeah.
and then they were like, "Oh, lights guy,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah.
Do you get? Because they were not supposed to actually see the orchestra before it happened.
Right.
So those were like some of the things. So for us, you could clearly see, but then the stage was dark, so you couldn't actually see what was happening. Until now, they were supposed to present an award, so like light, and then you get to see, oh, okay, you've revealed everything, so we actually got to see.
I think organizers should also be able to find a way to find a fine balance between who they are really serving. You know, because yes, you can be in the auditorium and see everything, and yet you are not the target.
Yeah.
You get it, you are not really the focus. It is those who are home. So yes, I can turn it on, you can see and all of that, but really, it no be you like that.
And somebody actually made a very strong point that this year they were actually focusing on the guys at home
Audience.
more than we, the audience, in the auditorium. So it was just, I don't know, but I really want to pick your thoughts on this, right? I hope it doesn't get controversial. But on the night, you realize that some of the performances were longer than necessary, and also the Gen Z set.
What's
Did
a
we
Gen Z set?
Because that was the catch
the
for
theme,
it.
yeah.
The Gen Z set, which had Kojo Black, B-Strap, Molly, Varosky, Kojo Manuel. Could we have done it better?
Way better, bro. Before you go even MSF, I didn't. It was something I also at home. I was asking myself that I didn't get the vibe. You know, I didn't get the vibe at all. Like, it didn't move me. The performances, most of the performances really didn't. It didn't move me like that. And you're right. You know, the whole introduction of Varosky and Manuel on that night, it seemed more like it was just to maybe entertain the audience there.
Yeah.
You know, maybe more bread, and so we want to jam. Like sometimes when you go for events, and then at a point they break and they say, oh, an MC and the hype man should come and turn up the place. That's how I felt. You know, I didn't feel any different. The second thing too about that particular thing is, and I'm sure, I mean, Seven will bear me witness. Look, we are getting tired of the same songs from the DJs and the hype men. Like, that's it. Every time, yes, to whip up the interest. There's always a particular Shatawale song or like consistency. It be the same things you go here. I can bet that if they have to jam, there are some pa away. If you do it, you go here. You go like
All I do is wait.
Me that's it. Shatawale, Thunder Fire. Then there are some key songs that every hype man and a DJ, almost 10 minutes, those are the same songs they are going to play. And so for me, when they were playing it, it didn't wow me.
Yeah.
If Andy Dusty also comes to play, I know he'll take you throwback, you play the old hip life songs, and it'll be the same thing.
Yeah.
And so I think we also need to refine or look at that, because that particular thing, like set, I didn't really enjoy it at all.
They didn't nail it for you, actually. Now let's look at some of the awards that were picked up. You were giving us a very wild conspiracy theory, if I put it that way. I want to give you 2 minutes to run through it quickly, and then now for people to understand what you were trying to say, because you were like 80% of the people that perform on the night end up picking up awards. So it's like, it's a bargain. Can perform, I will give you an award. I'll come to you to actually tell me which award shocked you. Award that went to someone that shocked you, so you can be thinking about that. But you are giving us a theory. Let's look at this year and what you think about the awards that were given, actually.
I don't know if Seven has seen my, editorial in it, but Seven himself is a conspiracy theorist as well. If today we make it, so he go feel relate. So basically, I was saying that, look, I studied the TGMAs for a while. Like, I actually used a 5-year period. And I did some assessments, like statistical, analysis, and I realized that there's something that is happening that if we don't take care, it will become a system. It will become something that will come to stay. In the last 5 years, 80% of artists who perform win awards. And so if I see B-Strap on stage, I am 80% sure in my head that he will take the award.
Pick up an award.
So when I see him, I'm looking at his categories. Then I mention, okay, this one go already. Maybe hip hop song already. You know, they no give them. Okay, this one no give them. So that last one will be strapped the inside. You go get
likely to get it.
If you sit down, you follow them carefully. That is what 80% minus Adoma and Adina and those people who came to perform who were not nominees. 80% of everybody where they can perform, they get award. Another thing too is for the gospel side, 5 years. Every artist, they always bill one gospel artist out of 10 or 12 secular artists. Every gospel artist that is billed to perform in the last 5 years goes on to win the, no, not even just an award, but Gospel Artist of the Year. So Diana Hamilton, the year she won Artist of the Year, she won the Gospel Artist. Empress Gifted, this artist,
no,
not
okay,
song.
so this year, I think Joe Metal picked Gospel Artist and Empress Gifted picked Gospel Song.
No, Empress Gifted picked Gospel Artist, yes, okay. Of the year. You know, and then it's consistent. It's consistent like that. Like at every time you see those fine lines. And so I began to draw people's attention to like, no, look, because all across the world, let me use the Grammys as the standard, because Grammys, they book almost like 30 to 40 artists. But I can bet you that not 80% of them win awards. In the year Beyonce, like again, in 5 years, the year Beyonce won the most awards and they had the most nominations. Beyonce didn't win an award. Ideally, for someone who has had most nominations, it means that she should be the hottest artist and people would want to see. But that's not how it's built. It's built on experience. You can come there and Beyonce won't perform, Shatta Wale won't perform, Stonebwoy won't perform. But the performances you go watch, Ebina, Seven says his best performance isn't any of your big names. It is Adoma and the likes. And so I should go, because an awards event mainly is not a concert. Where you say, I'm going there because of Shatta Wale, I'm going there because of Black Sheriff. No. The first rule for going for an awards is mainly the performer, the awards. The awards, yeah. Who wins the overall. Well. You know, and it's more or less also like an industry night where industry people are coming together, we are coming to network and all of that. So it's not really about the network. Yeah. It's not really about the performances like that. So there's nothing wrong if an Akwabwa song, somebody recreates an Akwabwa song, comes in, then. We'll all sit there and we'll enjoy and we'll applaud. We see it with the BETs and all of that. So if it's now becoming a thing of, if I see Famiyo on stage, because look, last year, Kofi Kinata had the best high life album, the Kofi album, purely high life, solid album. But once I saw Famiyo on stage and I looked at the other nominees, like categories he'd been on, I knew he would get some award. And interestingly, they gave Famiyo High Life Artist of the Year.
That was what shocked me, by the way. That was what I was going to say.
Bro, how? Because of very soon, if we play, all of us who understand the proper high life roots, very soon you'll show it's not a high life song.
And funny enough, I think the next award or two was Best Songwriter of the Year, and I knew because he didn't win Kofi, he would win this.
Songwriter.
Exactly.
He picks up Songwriter of the Year.
Very soon, high life song over the Kofi. No.
Yeah.
And
that was one thing that definitely
crazy. But I knew, like, and that was why I did that editorial, because while I was sitting, I was like, look, everybody where they perform, then we'll give them award. So now it's more or less like there were years where somebody will sweep the award, 6, 7, 8 awards, and one person will sweep. Now it doesn't happen. Yes, you will get 3, you will get 1, you will get 2, you will get this.
It looks like the artist of the year forgets the majority for the night.
Yeah, even with that, they will give out like 3 or 4. It'll be okay, J, Waji Kakra, but if one person sweeps like 8, it means that several people are going to miss out. And so now it doesn't happen like that. There were years where Kwauke say, you go sweep, you go see, say they hold the awards all like this. Because that year was big for him. Kiddy won 1 award, or maybe 2, with Lomo Lomo, one of the biggest songs in this country. And he won just an award or 2. It doesn't make sense.
Picked up 1 award.
Asylum, one of the biggest songs, 1 award.
Afrobeat Song of the Year.
Bro, so when you look the thing proper, some way.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll be wrapping up.
I actually told Dana Hobson after the event when we were standing outside, she came. It's like, hey, this year people shared, it's nice. Like, what do you mean shared? I'm like, it seemed like it. But anyway, see, his theory, right? I also have a theory that maybe if an artist knows he's not picking up an award, he's not showing up.
Yeah.
You know, so then, okay, then you are performing. Even if they don't know they are picking up an award, and we organizers think or know they will pick their award. Okay, let's make sure they are performing, so at least they'll be
there to pick up their award.
Yes, so maybe that might be why it might seem like a conspiracy. Maybe, you know, that like we have to let them be in the room, otherwise there will be their boys coming to take the awards.
Yeah.
So they maybe that's why.
Sure.
Now also, I talked to Kofi I think today, and he was on the board. You know, and he was like, "Oh, okay. There's a board. There's an academy, and then there's votes, and then there's technical awards. So there are categories of awards. There are different types of people voting for these things. So I guess if you're just looking at it purely as an award show, you might be a bit confused.
Okay.
Just like how you like the Grammys. Like some of the Grammys, sometimes you just don't understand why. But it's because it's academy board and it's not popular voting. So I think that's what maybe. Now, I was also just definitely on your side. But after, you know, some education, you're like, oh, okay, then that makes sense. I never knew there was an academy though for Ghana Music Awards. I never knew.
Anyway, we are all looking forward to being part of the academy first, and I'm looking forward to having you guys be part of the academy very soon. But I mean, director, please, but in the next 30 seconds, Kim Promise picked up Artist of the Year. Your congratulations message to him, your congratulations message to me, and then wrap it up for today.
Well deserved. You know, in 30 seconds, I think he deserves it, and I'm excited about the fact that the whole PR, you know, inclusion, it properly drew or spelled out what each and every one has done within the year. Because previously we only assume that you deserve it, this person deserves it, without any proper metrics or science behind why we think. So I think for me, this particular year opened up a lot of information and insight on why Kim Promise deserved it. And I think big congratulations to Kim Promise.
Thank you. Seven?
Congrats to him. I've known him for years now. Not personally, but he used to work with one of my artists, J-Town. And a long time ago, before, you know, they had a funny.
You old man,
I know, right?
The artist you
know, but that also shows you when some of these artists started.
Yeah.
And it's like 10 years. They're now like you're now seeing them. They're now picking up awards. Like he's been there for a while. You know, so yeah, congrats to him. We've met a few times. I'm not even sure if I remember that we ever met, but you know, definitely I've always been in his corner. You know, so definitely congrats to him. And Stoneboy's my guy too. I mean, congrats to him because for you to be mentioned, I think it's a great honor. You know, the same goes for Paluta and Smoke. You know, Smoke, I love Smoke because, in my opinion, there's no way he can compete with them because these two giants are with big labels. So he's done great for himself. Should be happy about it. There's nothing to be, you know, ashamed of or to be. You did good, Smoke. You did good.
Thank you very much, Ricky. Thank you very much, Seven. I mean, there was so much to unpack, but hey, we have to go for a quick break and return. The Ghana Comedy Awards will be happening very soon, and we'll have a conversation about that right back after this break. After that, I'll read some messages that I received from you at home.
Is it the luxurious rooms? Or the serene green surroundings? Is it the tempting swimming pool? Or the classy conference room? Or the cute gift shop? Maybe it's our chef's array of cooking delights. Whichever way, it's all about Cactus Creek. A most respected hotel. 055 039 5007.
Welcome back to the chat right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Ekow Koomson. Right about now, I have some comic investors, they choose to call themselves, in studio to actually have a conversation because the Ghana Comedy Awards will be happening very soon. And I have Dennis Boateng, who is the CEO for Ghana Comedy Awards, and then Kennedy Kabasin, PRO for Ghana Comedy Awards, here with me in studio. 25th or 24th of May, the Ghana Comedy Awards will be happening, and they are comic investors. Dennis, why did you choose to invest into this? Why?
I love it.
You love comedy?
I love comedy.
Wow.
It's been something that I've always been following since so many years ago. The Bob Santos, the Busuan Penny Judases, the Ejantos, yeah, the Araba stamps, and I've been following from way back, and I'm so passionate about it. So I said no. These people are entertaining us so well. They're doing so amazing, but nobody's really paying attention to letting them feel part of, very important as they should be. So I said, no, let me speak to one or two people that are very close to me. I did. And they said, hey, we love what you're saying. Let's get it done. And that's how come we are here.
Wow. Is this going to be the first edition?
This is the second.
This is the second
but
edition.
Let me take us back a bit,
Okay.
just a short one. So it used to be Comedy and Poetry Awards.
Okay.
That was 2019, 2020, COVID and everything. So we split the comedy from the, they are not the same. So
Yeah.
we split comedy from poetry officially and did the first one last year. So this year is the second edition for Ghana Comedy Awards.
Comedy Awards. Now, how did you pick like nominations? Do people have to file to be part of it? And I mean, where can people actually go to see what is happening so they can be able to vote as well?
Yes, we initially gave a room for the audience of comedians that they may file on behalf of the comedians. Then the comedians would also file, and then that is where we had the nominations coming up. So initially we opened a window that we could have changes or maybe omissions or corrections, and then we were able to put things together again, and then yes, we went live from there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, it's very interesting because at a point in time we were saying, oh, Ghanaian comedians are not funny, right? And Ghanaian comedians are not there.
Yeah.
Even got to a point where we're having events in Ghana, we're bringing comedians from outside
to come and entertain us.
When you look at, when you look at the growth of Ghanaian comedians, the comedy industry or the comic industry and everything, how does it make you feel as, somebody who enjoys it, who is now part of an award scheme for it? How does it make you feel beyond organizing awards for them?
Beautiful. I'm always super excited because the Ghanaian people have embraced comedy, and then the comedians have also developed their craft, also to meet international standards. We see comedians going even outside the country, penetrating different continents, having programs, having shows, having events. This is a win for Ghana, and Ghana also have a story to tell.
Yeah.
So it is not only about Nigeria. We have able or capable comedians that could tell their own story and then drive people through that humor and craft. So yes, they are doing so well, and the Ghanaian people have also embraced it.
All right.
So that is it.
Now, there's one category that I find very interesting, and I want you to tell me about it, because we were talking about not the most popular comedian, not a comedian of the year, not a stand-up comedian of the year, but yes, comic media personality of the year.
Because we are media personality.
Yeah,
yes.
And I was very I found it very interesting.
Good.
And I just want to know, what influenced or what shaped your mindset to say, hey, these are not stand-up comedians, but they deserve to be awarded.
Yes.
Anyway.
So you see, comedy has so many branches that we don't pay attention to. Even apart from the comic media personalities, there are skit makers, there are so many of them. But the media side has some particular people doing very well in their trade. Their normal journalism, their normal news reading, their normal sports. But they add bits and pieces of comic reliefs to their work. When you look at the category and the people that are inside, it's obvious that when they start talking on radio, they get you laughing. And so we said, hey, let's not take them off. There are people that can also be a part of the comedy space. So let's give them opportunity to become people that, you know, will get recognized. Not just the stand-up comedians alone, not just skit makers alone, but people that also are not originally comedians, but do comic work. So that's how come we entered the media space and looked for some great people that are making us laugh through their hard work. And yes, just the names tells it.
Yeah, I mean, we have Danko Kuyebwa, we have Sergio Manucci, we have Atongo, we have Kwame Obwadi, we have Giovanni Caleb, we have Kabra Mafo, we have Mr. Carter, we have Felicia Sel, we have Oliver Khan, we have Randy, all of them. I'm so shocked my name is not there. That I'm a good comedian.
Going for it, probably your name will
be. When is this event happening? Yes. Where is it happening? And how can people get to be part of it?
All right, so it's on 24th. That's Saturday, next Saturday. Yeah, today's Saturday, so the next week at La Palm Royal Beach.
Oh.
Yeah, La Palm Royal Beach. They gave us a very beautiful auditorium. They are at Daikese Hall that, hey, we love what you do, so come entertain Ghanaians and come celebrate comedy over there. So we are doing it at La Palm Royal Beach, 24th May. 7 p.m. prompt, we are starting the red carpet. 8:30 we are done. We are entering into the auditorium to entertain Ghanaians, to celebrate comedians that have been making us laugh throughout the year. So 8:30 p.m. we're starting, and then we are working with time.
All right.
Come on time.
Come on time. Be there on time. But do I have to pay to be part of it, or it's a free event?
No. Okay, so we have the silver ticket going for 200 Ghana cedis only, and then that of the gold ticket going in for 300 Ghana cedis. And you have a number you can dial, and also a short code is also available on the screen. That is star 913 star.
Let me help you with that.
Okay.
Star 920 star 313 hash. Okay. So whether you want to vote for the comedians now, you can even use that short code. It's partitioned into two. So you use star 920 star 313 hash. You choose the vote option, then you enter the nominee's code. If you want to buy a ticket, you still do the same star 920 star 313 hash, select tickets, and enter E006. E006, that's the ticket code.
Okay.
Just pick your choice. You can buy 100 tickets if you have. If you have so many friends you want to come with them and entertain yourself and themselves, just get as many tickets as you want. You get your prompts, come to the event, celebrate comedy.
All right. Be at the event and celebrate comedy. Anything you want to say?
So to add up to what Dennis was saying, you know, comedy serves as a stress relief.
Yeah.
And with the corporate industry, we know how stress management is so crucial. Okay. So just as many corporate bodies who are watching today, we would also invite them or entice them to acknowledge them to get the tickets, you know, for their own people.
For the staff.
For the staff.
Yeah.
You understand? So they should get the ticket for their staff members and then let them come around, you know, have a good time, have fun, laugh it all out so that they can have a good energy, positive energy again for work.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. Next week, Saturday, 24th at Daikese Hall, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Make sure you are there, and we are going to have a good time. The Ghana Comedy Award will be happening. It's starting at 7. 7 red carpet.
7.
Show is starting at what time?
8:30.
8:30. Oh, 8:30 there. I can be there.
Yeah, you can.
Come there for the main show. 7 I'll be on air, but 8:30 I'll be there so I can get to be there as well.
Your invite is even there, so.
My invite is there.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I'll be there. Make sure you don't just meet me there, like they say, beat me there. And we're going to have a good time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Dennis, thank you very much, Koomson, for being
you.
here with me. And the Ghana Comedy Awards will be happening as well. And also congratulations to you, Kim Promise, for picking up Artist of the Year at the just ended TGMA. We're super proud of you, and we're looking forward to see what unfolds for this year. I'll see you next week right here on the chat. My name is Ekow Koomson. You can find me on all social media platforms at PK_Koomson, Koomson spelled with a double N. Before we go, I had a message that says, "Hi, I'm Felix. The TGMA has come of age and needs to do certain things right. They should learn from the Nigerians." And then Rocky from Choco says, "For me, some of the camera angles were just sometimes take it easy for them." I'll see you next week.
Calling all farmers, agribusinesses, and innovators, this is your chance to shine. Channel One TV invites you to exhibit at AgriFair 2025, one of Ghana's largest agricultural exhibitions. From Friday 20th to Sunday the 22nd of June, the A4 Sutherland Children's Park in Accra will come alive with the very best from Ghana's agribusiness sector. Are you a farmer with fresh produce of any kind? Be it crops, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture, or you're a supplier of agro inputs and processing machinery? This is your platform to connect with the world. AgriFair 2025 is more than an exhibition. Showcase your fresh produce, share your expertise and experience, and grow your business. So, to all farmers with fresh produce, livestock or poultry, fisheries or aquaculture products, come, sell, network, and expand your business. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. Register now to secure your spot. Call us on 0205 973 973. Come one, come all. Enjoy the freshest farm produce at unbeatable prices. And treat yourself to sizzling kebabs made from beef, mutton, pork, chicken, and more. Great taste, great value. Don't miss out. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 CDFM and is proudly sponsored by Exim Bank, Legacy Crop Improvement Center, and Development Bank Ghana. Have you ever thought about the work input before a movie comes out? It's a whole lot.
Frema, please. You know my heart belongs to you. You know you're the one destined for me.
And you did that.
The fact that you appeared when you did appear was a divine intervention. This was meant to happen. It was a test of our love.
This week, we bring you a little closer to seeing the work that goes on behind the scenes and help you better appreciate the movies and films you've been watching. To help us do this is one of Ghana's best in the filmmaking industry, Peter Sedufia.
The fun is letting the whole world see a certain narrative through your lenses, you know? Yeah. What I'm telling you is what you believe.
Join Frema Edunyame and Nanetufo this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt on the Upside Down Show. It's gonna be super exciting. Don't miss it.
Where politics meets power, where the tough questions are asked, welcome to Face to Face. Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou as he takes you face to face with the key players shaping the future of our nation.
I lost over $10 million at the trade fair.
You had a fight with the management of trade fair?
I don't have a fight with them. I just deplore the way they went about what they did.
Let's talk about the chief prosecutor of the state at the time that you were being prosecuted, Godfrey Yeboah-Dame, the Attorney General.
Yes. I think he was directed to jail us.
By who?
By the system.
Boko has been a failure for your government, though.
Can't be a failure.
You have not solved it.
No, you are not praising them, the previous government for solving Yende, which was even a more difficult case.
It's quite obvious that from these votes, the people felt that let's just let you go.
So they were disappointed
in us.
You are essentially the worst government in the Fourth Republic.
I don't know how you are doing that. If you based on the indicators.
Yes, based on the number of people who refuse to come and vote for you.
If that is your analysis, then why not?
No filter, no boundaries, just the truth behind the headlines. Deep, bold, and unflinching. Face to Face with Umaru Sanda Amadou airs on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV, where politics gets real.
Hello and welcome to the Channel 1 newsroom from our studios at number 5 Ola Hansen Lane at Tesano in Accra. I am Umaru Sanda Amadou. Coming up. Notorious armed robbery suspect arrested in Togo and extradited to Ghana in joint police operation.
Suspect Mujibu was hiding in Togo. In view of this, Interpol Accra requested the assistance of Interpol Lome to locate and apprehend the suspect.
Ghana expands crackdown on street begging. 2,000 repatriated. Interior Minister signals Kumasi as next target. President Mahama announces initiative to investigate illegal land acquisition in Greater Accra.
Looting of prime government and Gadangbe lands that were sold to individuals with political influence, some for as low as 45,000 Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, these are lands whose values run into millions of cedis.
And calls increase for action as mentally ill persons flood across streets. We're grateful that you join us for the Channel 1 newsroom. Now, in a joint operation between the Ghana Police Service and the Togolese police, notorious armed robbery suspect Adina Akpo Abdul Mujibu, also known as Mohammed Jando, was arrested at his hideout in Togo following the issuance of an Interpol red notice. Mujibu is alleged to have been involved in a series of armed robberies targeting high-end residential areas, including East Legon and cantonments between 2022 and 2024. At a press briefing, DCOP Lydia Yaku Donko, who is the Director General of the Ghana Criminal Investigations Department of the Police Service, addressed the media regarding the arrest and ongoing investigations.
Investigations revealed that suspect Abdul Mujibu possessed both Ghanaian and Togolese identification documents. A warrant for his arrest was issued by the Adabraka District Court on 5 September 2024, and he was subsequently listed on Interpol's red notice. Intelligence gathered further confirmed that suspect Mujibu was hiding in Togo. In view of this, Interpol Accra requested the assistance of Interpol Lome to locate and apprehend the suspects. On 30th January 2025, through sustained collaboration and intelligence work, the Togolese authorities successfully arrested suspect Mujibu in Lome. On 12th May 2025, the Togolese authorities approved the suspect's transfer to Ghana. Consequently, on 14th May 2025, my team and I departed the Air Force Base in Accra to Lome, where the Togolese police team, led by the Director General CID of the Togo National Police Force, handed over the suspect to me in the presence of officials from the Ghana Embassy in Lome.
Now, the Minister for the Interior, Muntaka Mohamed Mubarak, has revealed that the Ghana Immigration Service will extend its crackdown on organized street begging beyond Accra to Kumasi and other regions. This move follows the arrest of 2,241 foreign nationals in the capital. Over 2,000 of those arrested are currently being repatriated, resulting in a noticeable reduction of street beggars in affected areas. Channel 1 News' Samuel Akom visited these locations to assess the current situation and has this report. Indeed, we'll be bringing you that, but you do know that on Friday, the Ghana Immigration Service sends bus loads to some parts of Accra, picking up persons who have been on the street begging, persons who were generally believed to be coming from some of our neighbors in the West Africa sub-region. Now, what exactly is the end game in this? And could there be retaliatory issues coming up from other countries? Can we even deport them? And if we deport them, where are we sending them to? These are questions lingering on the minds of many people. And to help us understand this, we speak to someone who has been in the security services before and also a member of parliament, the Honorable Peter Lanchini Tobu. He's member of parliament for Wa West. We'll be speaking to him. But before then, 8 individuals have been arrested and prosecuted in the Awutu Senya East municipality of the Central Region for violating sanitation regulations. They were apprehended for illegally dumping refuse in the Central Business District of Kaswa, a persistent issue exacerbating the town's sanitation woes. Central Regional Correspondent Akwesiado has more.
In a bid to tackle poor sanitation, the Awutu Senya East Municipal Assembly has set up a special task force to monitor and apprehend sanitation offenders. So far, the task force has arrested 8 individuals, all of whom have been arraigned in court. Some of the cases have already been concluded, resulting in fines imposed on the offenders. Municipal Chief Executive Seth Sabasewonu Banini told Channel 1 News that indiscriminate dumping of household waste in the CBD significantly contributes to Kaswa's sanitation challenges. This prompted the Assembly to adopt stricter enforcement measures. He added that plans are underway to launch a more robust task force comprising members from various state security agencies to intensify patrols and arrests. The Assembly is also exploring the introduction of community service as a punitive measure for sanitation violators.
6 to 8 persons that have been apprehended by the task force that have been working in the evening. In fact, the task force so far up until now were an ad hoc committee, but we have worked to have improved numbers, and so at the moment a commanding force of about 40 people, specifically for our sanitation guard and other traffic decongestion related issues, will be commissioned to start working. We are hoping that this would beef up the efforts from the security agencies at all times. We are going to have morning patrol and daily patrol, and we are not just limiting the discussion to the Central Business District, but then the new market stretch of road too, because those are also places that issues are coming up.
Kaswa District Police Commander ASP Emmanuel Amponsa, who is part of the task force, affirmed the police's commitment to supporting the Assembly in enforcing sanitation laws. He issued a strong warning to residents against violating the regulations.
We are there to enforce the law. So as he has recognized us and added us to the committee, we will give him all the support that he needs to ensure that the residents of our Senior East constituency, what matter those who are conducting their business around the Central Business District, abide by the sanitation rules.
Authorities have cautioned against the indiscriminate disposal of waste, especially within the CBD of the municipality. For Channel 1 News, I am Akwesiado, Central Region, Kaswa.
You're still watching Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 Television. We take a break now. When we come back, President Mahama announces initiative to investigate illegal land acquisition in the Greater Accra region. More on that when we come back. Please stay with us.
The Ghana Traditional Council, on behalf of the entire Ghana state, announces the annual ban on drumming and noise-making as part of the sacred rites leading to the Homo Festival.
Ghana mamu, Timfe anali, Apesin, Imlae Niko, Dumo,
The ban across the Ghana state will take effect from Monday, May 12th to Thursday, June 12th, 2025. However, Osu, La, Teshi, Nungwa, Tema, Boom, Pram Pram, and Ningo traditional areas will observe their bans separately, with dates to be announced by their various councils. During this period, all visitors are required to comply with the following regulations. Religious activities to be confined within premises without the use of external loudspeakers, no drumming, clapping, or use of musical instruments in public places, no roadside evangelism or street preaching with loudspeakers. There will be no funeral or burial ceremonies within this period up until the 20th of June 2025. This practice is not only a cultural tradition, but also protected under the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, ensuring the preservation of our customs and identity. A dedicated task force, in collaboration with the Regional Security Council, Metropolitan, Municipal and District Assemblies, as well as the Ghana Police Service, will strictly enforce compliance. We urge all residents, institutions and visitors to respect this sacred tradition as we uphold our cultural heritage and foster social harmony. Nyata, Nyo Manyaba.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world. Piva Drink at a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
You're welcome back. This is Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 Television. Now, on Friday, the Ghana Immigration Service sent buses to some parts of Accra to gather persons who have been on the street engaging in begging. The plan, according to the Immigration Service, is to repatriate them to their various homes. Over 2,000 persons were gathered or rounded up and sent to the Immigration Service headquarters. 24 hours on, Samuel Akom of the Newsroom visited some of these locations to see what the situation is currently.
3 hours ago, which takes us to yesterday, the Ghana Immigration Service carried out an unannounced operation across the capital, Accra. The swoop saw the removal of some beggars, over 2,000 beggars from the street. Today, we are here at a couple of these places the Ghana Immigration Service visited to carry away those individuals to ascertain whether or not some more people have come back onto the street or what the situation is. We are currently at Obichebi interchange here, and we do notice that they have not returned. Ordinarily, you would have seen some of these children and individuals walking across the streets, holding people and begging for alms. And also when there is a bit of traffic, they get close to the vehicles and asking for money and all of that. We have noticed that those things are not happening here. The streets have been cleared. Under the interchange here, you would have seen them taking shelter, but that is not taking place. And so there's the first point we have visited.
From the Obichebi runabout, the team visited Nkrumah interchange to assess the current situation.
We are currently at the Nkrumah interchange, and the situation here, we can report that the individuals who used to be on the street to beg for alms are no more here. Ordinarily, you would have seen all around the children holding commuters and asking them for money and some other items, and that is not being witnessed here due to the operation that was carried out by the Ghana Immigration Service yesterday. And as we speak, those individuals who were picked up, over 2,000 individuals, are being taken back to their various destinations, who are mostly out of this country, and so that action is being taken.
Notably, the airport runabout, previously plagued by beggars, was clear with traders conducting their business as usual. Commuters have expressed relief following the exercise. Gideon Mensah, a taxi driver, praised the Immigration Service, citing the nuisance caused by child beggars scratching his vehicle.
And that's a lot. Me myself, I'm a taxi driver, and normally when they come and stand on your beside your car, they'll be using certain things, item. I don't know whether they brought it from home or where, to scratch your cars. And I've seen a lot of them, and sometimes I even shout on them. Sometimes they'll be at the back of your car, especially the private car and they will be trying to removing the logo, the symbols on the car that maybe if you spend money on it. So since I heard that they've done that operation and they've gone, I was very, very happy. And now so far today I've done a lot of runs and I didn't see any of them on the way, and I think it's okay. It's a good move.
Issa Salam, a businessman, recounted how beggars obstructing his office entrance disrupted his business.
Manage too much. Me and Kasao, I affect me. Wow, my office near me, Okada driver. Wow, baby, I'm on. This is the reason why I'm managing because Kamu Kabadisan, my mouth 2 days, ball about him, and I get guest common ball, a toilet. Until any time, beer me baha me bread. In fact, I'm not a buy a man who ball. Let me say no, go for any hole. Manage too much. Because only if you are about toilet and he found about toilet. So to go back is very good. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy.
Other commuters echoed similar sentiments.
Near my fine president in Yabona Basso. You will see who's almost down on the crown. So, BB, there's almost 2 forms, I know the national. So, it is an amount of mine, cry a bit, you know, Munkum Crew, Naja, baby, almost almost enforce Yaman and Punipa.
At the Ghana Immigration Headquarters, buses carrying arrested foreign national beggars were being transported back to their countries of origin. However, authorities were unavailable to engage the media on how many of the individuals have been taken back to their countries. Meanwhile, Interior Minister Mubarak Muntaka announced on Facebook that similar exercises will be conducted in Kumasi and other regions soon, appealing for public support.
Commuters and have expressed gratitude to the Ghana Immigration Service and the government for taking this action because they say that some of their activities were creating societal problems for Ghanaians. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Samuel Ekow.
Now let's do an interview on this particular issue. The Member of Parliament for Wa West is the Deputy Chairperson of the Defence and Interior Committee of Parliament. Honorable Peter Lanchene Tobu, a former policeman. You're welcome to Channel 1 Newsroom.
Thank you very much, my brother Umar. It's been a while. Good evening to you and good evening to your cherished listeners.
Indeed, it's been a while. Good evening to you. What do you make of this move by the Ghana Immigration Service?
First of all, let me congratulate the Acting Comptroller General of the Ghana Immigration Service, my good brother Mr. Basinkale, and his hard-working team. This is something that ought to have been done many years ago, and I'm happy that he's taking a bold step dealing with it. Child treatism is a problem, not just in West Africa. It's a global problem. And these issues have to do with public safety, and gradually it gets into national security. The truth of the matter is that the right of the child should drive the operation. Whatever the Ghana Immigration Service is doing, they should understand that there is no future on the street. If these children are allowed to grow in Ghana on the street and they don't have the character to fit into society and they become a danger to society, we have allowed that danger to erupt. There is no future on the street. So when we say the future belongs to the young ones, the future belongs to the youth, it is not the kind of youth that are on our streets. So if they grow on the street and they multiply on the street and the panel become criminals, we have allowed it to happen. And I'm happy that the Immigration Service has taken a bold step. What is more interesting is that there is gradually becoming some global network of beggars with sponsors. They carry them from all kinds of countries in a form of trafficking and drop them somewhere and make a lot of money from these children and destroy the future of the children. So as a global community, very particularly in West Africa, all of us should be concerned. It's not just a matter of arresting them. We should arrest them, we should treat them humanely, and apart from treating them humanely, when we are thinking about repatriating them, we should begin to look at collaboration between our country and the countries of origin. If you are taking them back, will you ensure that our borders are tight enough for them not to come back? If you are taking them back, will you ensure that their country of origin accepts them and treat them well? That these are children we are all trying to support for them to grow to become responsible citizens within the ECOWAS sub-region. It is a joint project, and we need to collectively appreciate the fact that we are dealing with humanity. If you look at what is happening in the Sahel, if they are being brought down because of the challenges, I think that we'll look at it differently. But if they are being imported because somebody is doing business with these children, we should be firm enough to ensure that whatever it is, but they should be out of our streets.
You are a member of parliament from a constituency from a region that is a border region, the Upper West region, and you do know the situation with our borders up north on the eastern coast, on the eastern side and on the western side. Getting these people back into the country or having them come into the country is even easier than sending them back. First of all, it's an issue of green pastures. That is what's driving them. It's an economic issue, climate issue, and all of these things. So it's driving them down south. So it will be difficult to resist their entry. If you have porous borders, it makes it even easier for these people to return. There's a view that what we did yesterday was a simple case of cost 90 and that they will be back to the streets sooner than later because they will be able to move through the country using the same borders. I don't know what you have asked a question of the collaboration with the other country, but are our borders ready to prevent these people from returning?
Probably we should look at West Africa as a sub-region that we all belong to. Apart from restricting people from entering our borders, we should appreciate the fact that the border between Ghana and Burkina Faso in particular is just on paper. In our brains, there is no border between Ghana and Burkina Faso. These are just families across the other side of the country. So when they find themselves there, they feel very comfortable. So we should begin to look at how do we ensure that West Africa as a whole, we treat our children well. Whether you are from Nigeria and you find yourself in Ghana, whether you are from Burkina Faso and you find yourself in Ghana, or whether you are from Ghana and you find yourself in Nigeria, the government should have a collective approach to dealing with children. The streets should not be the place for them. If they go and find themselves back to Ghana, but they should not find themselves onto the street. We should have a collaborative approach with Niger, with Mali, with Cote d'Ivoire, with Burkina Faso, and ensure that if we identify your citizens, and these are young children between the ages of probably 6 to 11, what do we do as a community? So we should have a community approach to dealing with this matter. Because if the borders are porous and we believe that, people don't even believe that these borders in our brains do exist, and they over and come, and we can't restrict them. Let's find a way, getting them back. If we are getting them back and it's due to challenges very particularly happening in the Sahel, that they cannot even survive, how do we keep them here to ensure that their own countries will collaborate for us to treat them well? We should treat them well and let them grow to become very responsible citizens of the ECOWAS sub-region, because collectively our security is in our hands. And we can't just think about the fact that this is Ghana, and this is Cote d'Ivoire, and this is Togo, and this is Niger. We are all together in this.
Okay.
Bad children growing in Ghana will affect the region. Bad children growing in Niger will affect the region. Can we have a collective ECOWAS approach to this matter?
Very well. From Parliament or at the parliamentary level, what can you do and what are you doing and what will you do?
I'm quite sure that we should be talking to my good friend, Honorable Okucha Ablakwa, to look at our foreign policy and look at the collaboration with our neighbors to ensure that this is a challenge that has been with us for years. And we are trying to look for a lasting solution. It is not a Ghana solution. It should be an equal solution. It should be a sub-regional solution. It should be a brotherly solution. Because if people in Niger cannot stay because of the reality of climate change and they are forced downwards, you can't stop them. They are just unstoppable naturally. What we need to do to collaborate to see how can we accommodate. Apart from accommodating, if we are taking them back, how would government be able to integrate them into their society and make them to live life worth living?
Right.
If we are able to have that global or community approach, I'm sure with the leadership of Honorable Okujatu Ablakwa, we should find a way out.
Thank you so much, Honorable, for speaking to us.
Most grateful.
That's Honorable Peter Lanchinetobu. He's an NDC Member of Parliament for Wa West. He's Vice Chairman of the Defence and Interior Committee of Parliament. This is Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 Television. Now, President John Dramani Mahama has announced that a commission of inquiry may soon be established to investigate the illegal acquisition of public lands in the Greater Accra region. This decision comes in response to reports highlighting a rapid and concerning encroachment on lands belonging to the last two. Channel 1 News' presidential correspondent Takosia Ochri has more on this story.
President John Mahama's remarks on land acquisition in the region come amid growing public concern over land administration and the role of some public officials in facilitating the encroachment and unlawful sales. The president vowed to promote accountability and protect public property.
These concerns are valid. I understand the historical injustices and emotional death tied to this matter. As a result, one of the first directives I issued upon assuming office as president was to direct the Lands Commission to halt all sale and processing of all government lands. This directive is still in force. Following the receipt of the oral committee report, the Attorney General initiated investigations into the alleged looting of prime government and Gadangbe lands that were sold to individuals with political influence, some for as low as 45,000 Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, these are lands whose values run into millions of cedis. It is in that spirit that I announced that following these investigations, we will consider the formation of a commission of inquiry to investigate the acquisitions, allocation, and use of public lands in Greater Accra.
Speaking on the flooding situation in the region, the president indicated that ongoing efforts to mitigate the impact will be backed by adequate funding. He also warned residents to exercise caution during the rainy season.
Flooding remains a major worry. Each year, lives and properties are lost as a result of floods, and this is due to poor drainage, unregulated development, and also the effects of climate change. This cannot continue. A dedicated interagency task force has already commenced work to implement a comprehensive flood mitigation strategy, and this includes the desilting of major drains, re-engineering of our waterways, relocating structures situated in watercourses, and enforcing our building regulations. The Odo Basin and the Kaneshi Malam corridor are already being targeted under this plan. During my recent inspection of the World Bank-funded Greater Accra Resilient Integrated Development Program, GARID, I found that most of the flood prevention works are far behind schedule. While we await the completion of these projects, I call on all residents of Accra to avoid flooded drains during the rains and protect their valuable personal properties during the peak season of the rainy season in Accra, which starts from the end of this month till the end of June.
Meanwhile, the Greater Accra Regional House of Chiefs called on political parties to support the government in its development agenda.
Please, Mr. President, the first gentleman of the land, please, with the greatest of respect, urge your people in government to have a listening ear to the people of Ghana, because you personally can't get tired. It is division of labor. Ghana must come first before politicians, and political parties. This victory belongs to all of us. It is a testament to the power of unity, collaboration, and the belief that together we can achieve great things. I invite each of you to remain engaged, share your ideas, and support the government to ensure the positive reset agenda. You are now a beacon of hope. Your success story extends beyond politics. It serves as an embodiment of inspiration to all, especially the youth, who often seek instant success without recognizing the value of perseverance.
Now, economist and lecturer Professor Patrick Asumin is advocating for a major shift in the way Ghana finances its economy. He warns that the country's heavy reliance on foreign funding leaves it highly exposed to global economic shocks. Juliana Odami-Asari of the Channel One Newsroom has more.
The recent strengthening of the Ghanaian cedi has sparked widespread debate among political leaders, economists, and business experts. While there are differing views on what's fueling the local currency's rise against the US dollar, voices like Professor Patrick Asumin are calling for a deeper conversation on the structural foundations of Ghana's economic financing. Speaking on Channel One TV's Weekend News Analysis show The Big Issue, Professor Asumin stressed the dangers of depending on foreign capital. He argued that sustainable growth can only be achieved by focusing on domestic sources of funding.
Because the economy is too dependent on foreign financing and we are always servicing loans, we are always paying foreign companies, and then obviously in the first quarter, when foreign companies have to repatriate their profit, the pressure on the cedi comes. So I think to insulate that, we need to really think over the next 10 or 5 to 10 years, how we will gradually roll back and rely more on domestic sources of financing our long-term development.
Dr. Kabiru Tia Mahama, Member of Parliament for Wale Wale, credits the recent appreciation of the cedi to the Bank of Ghana's injection of foreign currency and the government's temporary reduction in spending. However, he warns that the currency may lose ground once government expenditure ramps up again.
Not even one single contractor has been paid. If they decide to say that I'm going to pay loans, because there's moratorium on the payment of loans, definitely there's going to be pressure on the Ghanaian cedi because they will now be demanding dollar than the cedi.
Former Tamale Central MP Inusa Fuseni counters that government spending will resume, but with a focus on productive sectors intended to curb inflation.
But government is going to spend only on productive areas. But the guess is right, it's true. Right now we are doing inflation targeting, anchoring. We want to reduce the level of inflation because we know that inflation eats into the pockets of the people. It reduces the purchase price parity.
Meanwhile, on the topic of consumer prices, Apia Adumaku Kisi, the West African Regional Director of CATS International, has criticized the 60-day deadline given by trade associations for implementing price reductions, calling it unwarranted.
I think it's not fair. Even if the cedi appreciates for even 1 week or so, let the consumers also feel the benefit of the appreciation of the cedi.
As the cedi's recent appreciation continues to dominate discussions, experts are urging a major shift from foreign to domestic financing in an effort to stabilize Ghana's economy. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Juliana Odame Asare.
Now, several members of parliament from the National Democratic Congress, NDC, have expressed alarm over the deteriorating power supply in their constituencies. They noted that the frequent electricity outages are significantly affecting economic activities, disrupting businesses, straining health facilities, and inconveniencing households. The MPs from the governing party are urging the urgent and coordinated efforts from relevant stakeholders to restore stable power and alleviate the growing hardships faced by their constituents. Channel 1 News' Ekow Koomson has more.
The Energy Committee of Parliament commenced a 3-day engagement with key stakeholders in the energy sector to deliberate on the persistent challenges confronting the industry. The meeting, which began on Thursday, brought together the Energy Minister, Bui Power Authority, Volta River Authority, Ghana Grid Company (GRIDCO), and the Electricity Company of Ghana (ECG), among others. During the discussions, some members of Parliament from the majority caucus expressed deep frustration over the erratic power supply in their constituencies. They lamented the negative impact of the frequent outages on livelihoods and economic activities.
It's affected businesses. First of all, we have hospitals in the area, we have a university in the area, and sometimes the power goes off for 2 days, for 3 days. So the key impact will be to the universities, to the hospitals, and to the other schools.
Now, coming to the OT region, my area, I was in a constituency a few weeks ago. What happened is that, like what the voter, my colleague was saying, similar thing, but even theirs is better. You may have power for about an hour, then suddenly, intermittently, the power is to be cutting off, on, off, for several times, especially in the evenings.
Minority spokesperson on the Energy Committee, George Kwame Abuaje, issued a stern warning that the Minority Caucus would oppose any proposed tariff increments if ECG fails to significantly improve its service delivery.
We said we will not accept or agree to a new tariff. Yes, we have said so. Why did we say so? We want to see performance first. We are not saying we shouldn't increase tariff, but we have to see performance.
In response, Acting Managing Director of ECG, Kwame Pepena, acknowledged the concerns and assured the committee of ongoing efforts to resolve the challenges.
We are aware of the mandate we have, the importance of power to economic growth, especially a 24-hour economy, we cannot achieve that goal without power. And ECG plays a big part of the value chain that delivers power to businesses and to homes. We will not rest until it is zero, or it is negligible to the point that Ghanaians don't bother about it again. So the fact that we are within the threshold doesn't mean that we're resting on our oars and we're doing nothing about outages. Every day we are thinking about reducing outages, and we will continue to do that.
Lawmakers want the Electricity Company of Ghana to improve on their service delivery. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Ni Ayukwe Okain, Pediase.
Now, the Eastern Regional Chairman of the governing National Democratic Congress, Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo, has credited the unanimous confirmation of all 33 municipal, metropolitan and district chief executives in the region to productive collaboration with the 24 minority members of parliament. All 33 nominees of the President, John Dramani Mahama, were confirmed in a one-round voting process with no rejections, a historic achievement that regional NDC leadership attributes to effective engagement with both MPs and assembly members across the region.
The submission of the final list of shortlisted candidates for the MMDC roles to the President was met with general satisfaction across the Eastern region, as many felt the nominees were deserving of the positions. Following a rigorous vetting process in Accra, the President released the final nominees list, which initially sparked mixed reactions. However, under the leadership of the Eastern Regional Minister, Rita Akosua-Ejei-Awate, and the Regional NDC Chairman, Dr. Kevo, a coordinated effort was launched to secure confirmation of the President's picks across all 33 districts. The two-week confirmation exercise began in the Mpraiso constituency and concluded in the Afram Plains South district. Each nominee was endorsed in a single voting session, an unprecedented outcome attributed to strong bipartisan cooperation involving both majority and minority MPs. Eastern Regional Minister Rita Akosua-Ejei-Awate expressed her delight at the successful conclusion of the confirmation process.
Today we are finally at TRC, and this is the 33rd of the municipal and district assemblies that have been confirmed. We just want to say that God has been superb, and our people too have been supportive.
Speaking to journalists, Dr. Mark Oliver Kevo praised the involvement of minority MPs in the process and commended their contributions to the region's development. He emphasized that the outcome reflects the competence and dedication of the nominees, many of whom have made significant contributions to the party's progress.
During the confirmation, we had a roadmap to make sure that we had an efficient confirmation. So we prepare ahead, we send people out there to do the groundwork, they talk to the various assembly members and opinion leaders, even including our MPs.
Dr. Kevo also thanked President Mahama for his responsiveness to the needs of the Eastern region, noting that the unanimous confirmations affirmed the merit-based selection of nominees.
Even after the first stage, when only 3 were shortlisted, there were people who were obviously not happy. We have gone through that stage. Once a decision is made, somebody will be affected, another person will be affected.
He announced that a meeting will be held next Friday to introduce key performance indicators, KPIs, that will guide the assessment of all MMDC's performance in office.
We have clear key performance indicators, those that are being monitored by government itself and those that are being monitored by the party, because as they sit there as MMDCs, they are playing dual roles.
Minister Rita Akosua-Ejei-Awate urged the newly confirmed MMDCs to implement innovative strategies to enhance revenue generation in their respective assemblies.
Municipal and district assemblies are an entity that also need to mobilize their own resources. And I kept telling them that we are resetting Ghana. We cannot reset Ghana leaving the municipal and district assemblies. There is a whole lot of resetting going on. Most of it is they have to go down, think outside the box, generate more income so that it can be an adder to whatever the government gives.
The Regional Coordinating Council is confident that all the 33 district and municipal chief executives confirmed in the region are the best and will ensure development in the region. For Channel 1 TV, Neil Ni Amati Kanaku, Afam Plains.
You're watching Channel 1 Newsroom on Channel 1 Television. Still ahead. Calls increase for action as mentally ill persons flood across streets. More on that when we come back. Please stay.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
So much love in the air. What are we looking at?
Thank you guys for joining us for this unforgettable night.
Paw Patrol is on a roll.
It's Max Verstappen in the lead. The megastar is here. Absolutely sensational.
Let's go!
Just taking a trip down memory lane.
Get unbelievable entertainment that is unbelievably easy to own. Get and stay connected to DSTV.
Imagine a place where technology and compassion meet. A sanctuary of health, precision, and trust. At Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging, we redefine excellence. From advanced ultrasound, X-ray, and CT scan services to accurate laboratory, cardiology, and dentistry, our mission is clear: to provide the care you deserve with accuracy, precision, and speed. Your trusted healthcare partner, Olive Health Diagnostics, always ready whenever you need us. Olive Health Diagnostics and Imaging, redefining excellence in medical diagnostics.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm in rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. Ekow Bank, the Pan-African Bank.
You're welcome back. Now, there's growing concern among Accra residents over the rising number of mentally ill persons on the city streets, a troubling situation that's igniting serious conversations around public safety and mental health care. Ajubi Wiafia-Kenton of the Channel 1 Newsroom has more in this report.
Mental health remains one of the most overlooked aspects of public health across Africa, and Ghana is no exception. Despite growing awareness and national dialogue, tangible improvements remain slow and limited. In the heart of Accra, the issue is impossible to ignore. Men and women suffering from mental illness roam the streets, some completely unclothed, others in tatters. They drink from contaminated gutters, scavenge through rubbish for food, and sleep in exposed public spaces, vulnerable to abuse and ridicule. This isn't just a humanitarian crisis, it's a matter of public safety and urban management. Many residents admit to feeling uneasy, uncertain about how these individuals might behave. But behind that fear lies a deeper question. How did we let it come to this?
Because yen shebia wo kwan hono etomre bi kra na wo beba no na bodamfo da ho okokwa ne kra na ya asem ene se mi bae o ma be ro mo ntade bebre gugu ha basa ntimi na ma papra na ma prepra na me de agu bolem na na timi di hu be hye mo because obetimi apra obi so ho ase bodamani ate aso abodam aso mo odam sana tie
then answer kra MTN office penny back no chem Madam for back where to a dear born, a money pride, my action and the boy, and the Madam for the circle day. Minim didn't see on Wassa, or more happen. And then say Mrs. Tadam say, you'll beat him better Shenation.
Because you can be here and they will come. Some even mention Ajia. He said he's crazy, but he knows this one is Ajia and I am Alaji. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's not easy dealing with them in this circle, seriously. So it's a big problem to all of us.
So what do Ghanaians believe should be done? Some residents spoke to City News, offering their thoughts and proposed solutions.
The situation is that the government has to set rules or open more facilities to occupy those kind of people so that the public don't take them as being dangerous to the public itself. Because when you have more facilities to occupy this kind of people and give them the proper treatment that they deserve, and also following up with families coming in to assist with the government, because the government can't do everything by himself. So I would advise that we should care for them, because at least they are humans too. It's just a condition that happened to them.
Nti abodam fo na senka sebi ya papa president behwe na wachichu omo gu baabi omo so betimi ama omo so benya omo asundue wo ho ne yen so benya ya asundue fa problem emre obia nti we no kwa ye to aba omo ba ne ye de pamo
omo nya na wa anti esla aban se wa ba no betimi aye bibia fa ho na omo so omo ni obia hwesofo obia no so ebeboa wo no na ye hwehwe.
In 2023, the Mental Health Authority of Ghana announced an ambitious plan to remove over 6,000 mentally ill persons from the streets of Accra and relocate them to care facilities where they could receive proper treatment. 2 years later, how far have we come? According to the authority, progress has stalled due to both internal and external challenges.
These initiatives over the years have not really been on a large scale, again, because of a few challenges. The authority has rolled out some campaigns in the past, trying to mobilize to get these persons into the hospitals to get them treated. But largely, this has been a bit slow because of a few practical issues when it comes to caring for them and then also reintegrating them back into the communities that they come out of. So no, the authority has not stopped working on it. It's just that it's not at a very large scale as we would hope for it to be at the moment.
The authority also raised concerns about existing accommodation challenges in various psychiatric hospitals across the country.
Comes into play, we have to collaborate with some other institutions, social welfare comes in, because sometimes we need to do some tracing to be able to find out where these persons are coming from. We know that some of them can travel from very far places. So even though you are seeing them in Accra, they may have come from even other regions. We have to trace their relatives, their family, so that when they get better, they can get back into society. And sometimes this is not even easy, because even after getting better, sometimes there's a challenge of the family accepting them again because of stigma and all that. So with that being said, there is, first of all, a challenge. We have psychiatric hospitals in the country. We all are aware that there are some issues when it comes to space and also logistics in terms of being able to provide care for all these persons. So if the authority should say that, okay, today we are going out and then we are picking all these people and bringing them into our facilities, our psychiatric hospitals, definitely there's going to be that challenge. So the challenge has to do with not solely even about finances. Yes, that is one big challenge because, again, as I said, if they have these other physical conditions and you have brought them in to take care of them, you should be able to also offset those bills and be able to get them the well-deserved treatment and then get them back into their previous.
As it stands, many Ghanaians are raising safety concerns about the increasing number of mentally unstable persons on the streets of Accra, and they want government to find an immediate solution to this disturbing trend. Reporting for Channel 1 News, I am Ejubi Wiafe Akintin.
Now, residents of Kananto, Gambampe, Grupe, and Sairi in the Apilso electoral area of the West Gonja municipality in the Savannah region are grappling with the lack of reliable mobile network coverage. They're calling on mobile network providers and the government to urgently extend connectivity to their communities. Reports by Channel 1 News' correspondent in the Savannah region, Malik Ghazari.
For decades, residents of Kananto, Kabampe, Gurumpe, and Sairi have endured persistent challenges with mobile network access. The only consistent signal is found at a specific point along the main road, where residents must gather to make or receive phone calls. In an interview with Channel 1 News, frustrated locals voiced their discontent with the situation, especially in an era of advanced technology. They lamented that the lack of network forces them to leave their homes and stand by the roadside just to find a signal, a routine they say puts their safety at risk.
Honestly, the network challenge in this electoral area is a serious one, of course. Due to my work, I don't reside in the electoral area. I stay in Damango. But of course, I have people that will always call on me, especially if there are emergency cases to attend to. But due to the bad nature of the network, at times they will call you, the call will not even come through. Sometimes if I also want to communicate, pass an information to the community, you have to try several times and several numbers because it is not all the spot that you can get network.
Truly, our network is very, very bad here. If you can, at times, how to make a call is very, very difficult. You can't be in your room to make a call. Even if you want to browse, you have to come to the roadside, or you have to walk a distance before you can get a network to access to what you want to do. I've just come to remove money from my accounts, but because of the network is so bad. Now you do your everything, but unless you go back and to do approval, the network is very bad. Even because of you will be here and somebody will be calling you and then they will tell you that your phone is off.
The situation not only hampers communication, but also delays access to critical information and advisory affects local businesses.
If it is raining, the network is not correct. So even sometimes if it is not raining, that's the way the network is doing. Sometimes it's just been, I don't know what I would describe it. So even sometimes I will leave this container and come and stand here. Even if I stand here, it's not working. So I'll just stand there and my waist is paining me. So unless you people help us with the network, if not there, we would die.
Mumuni Mohammed, assemblyman for Apelso electoral area, emphasized the severe impact of the poor network on the community. He explained that residents have no choice but to walk to the roadside to access basic telecommunications services, which limits their access to timely and vital information. He added that the connectivity gap disrupts online businesses, hampers academic research, and undermines effective teaching and learning. Reporting for Channel 1 News, Malik Gazari, Apelso electoral area, Savannah region.
Now, the Chamber of Telecommunications has announced a partnership with the Attorney General's Department to obtain legal authority through a fiat that would empower it to prosecute individuals and construction companies responsible for damaging fiber optic cables owned by telecom operators. Raising serious concerns, the Chamber highlighted the growing number of such incidents, stressing that these damages come at a high financial cost to telecom providers and severely disrupt services for consumers. Reporting by Daniel Odro-Mensah.
In 2024 alone, the Chamber reported 5,600 cases of cable cuts, leading to estimated losses of 138 million Ghana cedis for the telecommunications sector. These incidents not only cause significant revenue loss, but also damage reputations and demand costly restoration efforts. The Chamber's Chief Executive Officer is Engineer Dr. Kenneth Ashigbe.
The issues of those who are in the road construction, drain construction, those who are doing private development and all of that. And then you also have the situation where some people still, when they see telecommunication infrastructure, they think there's copper in there. So there's a lot of theft. They will go as if they're cutting it, and then they realize that it's only a glass tube, so they don't get anything. But then they would have damaged it. And so, and then you have other costs where you have vehicles that are passing that would overload normal, and then they will cut, some of these aerial fiber. Even Galamsey, in some of the communities also have impact on them. And, some people would also do some bush burning, and that could also impact on that. So all of these then result in where in the year 2024, we had over 5,600 cables, fiber cuts. And then what then happens is that it then results in a lot of money being spent, almost $10 million.
Dr. Ashigbe disclosed that the Chamber is actively engaging with the Attorney General's Department to secure legal powers to prosecute those found liable for recurring fiber damage.
It gave us a specialized court in Accra. And the immediate Chief Justice, who's currently on suspension, extended it to 2. So we now have 2 specialized courts, so that when these cases happen, we are able to go to those courts and then you're able to deal with it. Fortunately, we met the former Attorney General as well. We're asking for a fiat. What the fiat does is that it will give us, like SNIT. SNIT is able to prosecute people on behalf of the Attorney General. But the Attorney General then said it would take a while for us to be able to do that. So what the former Attorney General agreed that would do was that they were going to dedicate some state attorneys that we would train them, and then they will be able to handle the case. But because of the change in government, we have also engaged the current Attorney General, and it's the same thing he said that we're going to do. So we're working on the prosecution angle as well.
In a related development, the Ghana Chamber of Construction Industry expressed concern about delays by some telecom companies in coordinating with construction firms. According to the Chamber, such delays often lead to the accidental destruction of underground cables. Emmanuel Cherry, Chief Executive Officer of the Chamber, made the remarks.
As a contractor, you have been awarded a contract. There are timelines to the contract execution. So there are conditionality set in there, and therefore the client is also expecting you to execute contract. And if you happen this way, you need to mobilize. So if you identify some of these utility service providers, you write to them, expecting them to at least collaborate with you so that you can timeously work on the project and then wash your hands off it. At times, you expect them to come, they will not be coming. And then there's pressure on you as well. And there have also been been threatened of termination of the contract. If that happens, what do you expect? So the contractor may just go ahead and do whatsoever is supposed to have been done, because which means you don't value your asset that you have in there. So the time has come for us to collaborate among ourselves. So it's on the table for discussion. We've gone far, and I believe that we'll be engaging July as well.
The Chamber of Telecommunication Companies says it will deepen its collaboration with relevant stakeholders to reduce the incidences regarding the destruction of fiber optic cables. For Channel 1 News, I am Daniel Udro-Mensah.
Well, that's how we wrap up the Channel 1 newsroom. Visit our website, channel1news.com, for information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel 1 TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel 1 TV. I am Umaru Sandamado. Thank you so much for watching us.